Okay, real quick because I don't have a lot of time. This hobby, everyone in it is hateful. They hate you and they want you to fail. They're going to tell you as much bad advice as they can to try to fuck you up and ruin your life. And everyone's going to give you, because they all hate themselves. They're all like fucked up weirdos who hate themselves and hate everyone else in this hobby. So don't listen to anyone. But the basic history is that the basic expert set, which is the exact same thing as OSE, the exact same thing as Labyrinth Lord, like a few minor changes maybe in Labyrinth Lord. Basic expert, 1981, Moldve, Labyrinth Lord, and OSE. Basically the same thing. That was not created until 1981, and it was created by a failed author with no relationship to D&D. He was hired by TSR, but he wrote fucked up weird rules for reasons that don't really matter. It's not worth thinking about. Now, if you don't actually care about running a game, if you just want to run like whatever, we're just gonna show up, play for 2 hours, play, but like none of it really matters, and like it's not really a game. You know what? Use OSE in that case. Just use OSE. The end. Full stop. It's not a. It's fine for that purpose. If you want to actually play a game in the sense of like we're gonna play like you would play a war game or whatever, then you have to look at the original stuff, which is all by Gary Gygax. It's Chainmail. It's D&D, original D&D. It's in 3 little brown books, and then Advanced D&D First Edition from 1978. There are a couple of tools for these 3 things, which is for original D&D. You can also read Holmes Basic, which is a different basic set that is not related to Basic Expert. It's a rewriting of OD&D by Holmes. So if you look up Holmes OD&D, you'll find it. The other thing is Osric. Osric is a reference book for AD&D. Now Osric is retarded. The people who designed it were evil fucktards who wanted it to be as fucked up and retarded as possible and be wrong in a bunch of different ways. So it's like a mixed bag, but it's closer. It's close enough to AD&D that as long if you were to learn it and then learn from the Osric book and then fix your knowledge with actual AD&D, you could do that and it would be fine. The other learning path and the big problem is that AD&D and OD&D don't really explain themselves. They assume you've played Chainmail and know how to run a combat with Chainmail. Even AD&D, which does go into its own combat systems, is still sort of leaning on Chainmail. And OD&D doesn't explain itself at all. Honestly, this is like a huge fucking journey. You're looking at like years of effort to really get started here, and like AD&D with like the player's handbook and the DMG, they're also just reference books of a bunch of crap. So they're not really designed to teach you how to play. They kind of assume you already know how to play. So part of it is it's the idea if you're actually in the 70s, you've played Chainmail, you've now been given OD&D as a game which relies on Chainmail, and it's a new game, and the rules aren't really explained a lot, but whatever, you can just play. And then AD&D is like a whole bunch of stuff that expands OD&D. So all the supplements from OD&D are now in one book. You have all the classes. They've been rebalanced a little bit. Ability scores work differently a little bit, and spells mostly. Honestly, it's mostly spells. Like the AD&D, the big thing that AD&D is doing is changing all the spells from like 1 or 2 lines of text into these giant fucking walls of text. Same for magic items. There's like almost nothing else in those books. It's different. That's the gist of it. I don't know if I've explained anything. Um, but just a reminder that everyone in this hobby is a hateful retard and they hate you and they want you to fail. So good luck with that.